Annie and Clarabel's Coach Trouble, written by Bigg City Productions. Annie and Clarabel are two friendly and dear coaches who work on the Farquhar of Ravenshire. They always get along and are the best of friends. One day, the Fat Controller came to see Thomas, Percy, Toby and Daisy at the sheds. In important news.
Good morning, engines. I come bearing news.
What news, sir? Percy peeped.
Well, Percy, I have just signed a contract to send one of you over to the mainland to visit the National Railway exhibition. And I will be choosing one of you to send over next month.
He boomed. All the engines were very excited. Meanwhile, at the back of the yard, tucked away in a small shed, Annie and Clarabel were sleeping. Well, at least, Clarabel was.
Did you hear that, Clarabel?
Hear what, Annie?
Clarabel mumbled, waking up.
The Fat Controller wants to send someone to the mainland. Oh, I would love to go.
Oh, don't be so silly. We're needed here, not somewhere on the mainland. Toby and Daisy can't handle all the passengers.
Clarabel said.
Of course we can. It would be perfect, Clarabel. Just think of it.
I am
Clarabel said.
thinking of the passengers.
Just then Thomas puffed in to take them to the station.
Hello, you two. What's the matter?
Clarabel's being an old fuddy-duddy. She doesn't want to go to the mainland.
Frankly, Annie, neither do I. It's all hustle and bustle and no time to rest. And I wouldn't have you or Clarabel.
Annie was in shock.
What do you mean you don't want to go? Firstly, Clarabel. Now you, Thomas? I expected better.
Ignore her, Thomas. She just wants to feel important.
Annie was in shock.
I'll have you know, Clarabel, I am important. My passengers love me.
Which is why we shouldn't go. We're needed here, Annie.
Yes, but...
You might not even be chosen, Annie. Percy, Toby, or Daisy could easily go.
This made Annie very cross and she stayed silent until they reached Knapford, where the three met Duck and were train bound for Aylesbury.
Morning, Thomas, Annie and Clarabel.
Morning, Duck.
Morning, Duck.
Thomas and Clarabel said back, but not Annie. Annie just ignored him.
Sorry about Annie. She's in a grumpy mood right now.
What? Why?
She wants to go to the mainland, but as part of a project the Fat Controller has. But she's grumpy because she more than likely won't be chosen.
How silly.
It's not silly, Duck. It's very important and I deserve to go.
Annie cried. Thomas, Clarabel and Duck just rolled their eyes.
Well, I have to be off passengers and that.
Duck puffed and left. Soon it was time for Thomas, Annie and Canbell to leave.
Finally! I won't be chosen if we're late.
You won't be chosen at all. The Fat Controller wants an engine, not a moaning shed on wheels.
Moaning sheds on wheels? I never!
The two argued all the way to Farquhar, where their train stopped.
Oh, finally, a rest from their moaning.
Thomas said, but it wasn't.
What do you know anyway, Clarabel? You always see backwards.
More than you.
Thomas just couldn't escape it. Soon it was time for their next train. He said nothing to either, as he was coupled up. Soon he is resting at the station, just closing his eyes when...
Oh, that's rich coming from you, Annie. Real rich.
Is it now, Clarabel?
Thomas thought he just couldn't escape it. This went on for days and the argument became worse and Thomas didn't know what to do. He was at a junction later that day when Toby pulled up.
Good afternoon, Thomas. What's up with you?
It's Annie and Clarabel, Toby. They're still arguing.
You take that back right now, Clarabel.
Make me, Annie.
See what I mean, Toby?
Yes, I do. Tell you what, Thomas. How about I take Annie and you have Victoria?
So you will have Henrietta and Annie?
Yes, exactly. That might fix your issue.
Go on then. But right after I finished this train...
Soon it was arranged, and Toby had Henrietta and Annie, and Thomas had Victoria and Clarabel. All went well for a day. Thomas was enjoying himself, until he met Toby, Annie and Henrietta at Drygall Station.
Well, well, well. If it isn't that rat Clarabel.
Nice to see you too, Annie. You know, Annie, our trains are running so much smoother without you.
Well, me, Toby and Henrietta are loving it ourselves, aren't we?
Toby and Henrietta said nothing.
Ha! That just proves my point.
Clarabel said, and left for Knapford. The next day, the Fat Controller came to Farquhar to see the engines. Have you come with your decision, sir?
Not quite, Percy. I'm here to see Annie and Clarabel.
Annie and Clarabel? What on earth is wrong with them?
Hello, Annie. Morning, Clarabel.
The Fat Controller said, walking up.
Good morning, sir. Are you here to choose me?
No, I am not, Annie. In fact, the opposite. I have heard how rude you have been to Thomas, Clarabel, Toby and Henrietta. It is disgusting behaviour, and I expected much better from you, Annie.
Annie blushed and looked very embarrassed.
That doesn't mean you're off the hook as well, Clarabel. Whilst you haven't been as bad as Annie, you have still been very naughty, and I expected better from you both.
He said and walked away.
I'm sorry, Clarabel. I only just realised how nasty I've been to you.
It's okay, Annie. I wasn't exactly the nicest either.
Friends, Clarabel?
Friends, Annie.
And from that day forward, Annie and Clarabel home fought again, and they're best friends once more. Much to the happiness of Thomas, as he couldn't dare dreaming of not having his faithful coaches, Annie and Clarabel.